This is the time the KMA boss, the Ashanti regional minister, they need to call for investigations. Adebia is a friend of China Mon from from the beginning of its building. The safety, the fire escapes, the exit, they need to call for investigations because this thing you are seeing like that, it's in the middle of the city.
Charlie, I'm here with some updates. I welcome you as usual. As I always say, for more videos, for more, not fake videos. We will bring you, authentic one. You get it. So subscribe for more videos. And Charlie, the bell icon too. I will make you turn it on so that whenever I upload any video, you get notification. Okay, and don't forget to like the video. The more you like, the more the video get to a lot of people to also come on board. So quickly, let's watch the video and let's enjoy.
Oh, honey, it is a China money who come out no back wash. Now, so we share pictures. So now we share a year building now in less than I can say an hour. It to me share any building via the brick mortar building via safety. Are there a friend safety? Are there a friend of what we call a year quality control and assurance? What you are seeing there was already a death trap. Now the reason why into China more we just told moi a few minutes. It to me share a car skeleton a year aluminium kwansi want to say every single thing in that mall is synthetic. Adebia ne ewo mall bia no highly flammable. Adebia ode eben eja. It will not take more than 2 seconds. Ejabesuma ebeshi. Whatever you want to say, highly inflammable. Now, they see what China more hona as a big facility say nka yeto blocks say lay foundation say you see say a structure that in the first place you ma building engineers ebe inspect ye quality assurance for be inspect ye how fire resistant it is and I say how it can resist any kind of damage to say ya. Menya sure say this building will burn down to this level. Okono uhu say just aluminium frames in Kwanaka. Now the reason why I'm making this point and then say there are two things here. It could be genuine. It could be say electrical problem. It could be say obina mistake in a jatoho, and it could be say the Chinese themselves decided to burn this down for insurance reasons. Me, Kakrabe who are Chinese for no. They are good people to do business with, but you cannot underestimate any Chinese. And I'm one person, I'm so much into countries trading amongst each other. But what I don't like is countries taking advantage of other countries because of trade. And maybe because of their strength when it comes to economic strength, when it comes to trade and business. Now, what I saw in this NNSA, first of all, that facility now we see as a China Mono, it was a death trap. So facility way, one day, I can assure you for a fact to say the building contractors, engineers, to go and check this structure and all the China malls in Ghana. You check a structure here, none of them should exist in Ghana today. Say Ghana, di emraso, send you to me go around ebubunko for dangu say, we diner will see, a dino, non so the road shaha or sanko, or making sure say the quality of cement, also making sure say this particular specs way has to anke the be China malls say what Ghana will see spread here. We will have to close all of them down. There are people who can testify. Say sa China malls no nemua e say wonam earthquake zone. Unimu say dino was so shaky. They know. Omtete Kumasi, omtete Nkran, omtete around the nation. Ochina ye be China mall bia na uwrem na nemua. You could see you are walking on plastic. And I will not be surprised to say this thing you are seeing here, Siashino. Assassin, they did not buy it, they just leased it. And the idea is say they are just putting some structure on to make their money to take to China, and whatever happens next, they don't care. I am talking about Chinese who can come into your country and destroy your water just like that, and they don't care. Even when you are putting EMRA in place, cautioning your citizens, the Chinese are still in your forest. Some of them still don't even care about the laws now. So if the Chinese can enter your country, destroy your water, destroy your forest, and even at the point where you are telling them to stop going after them, they are still doing it. Building something like this with fake materials, it is high. And what we just saw here, we need to now go after the institutions that are supposed to make sure. I will not be surprised to say that thing they call China Mall, there's nothing like fire extinguisher. There's nothing like an exit point. There's nothing that will protect anybody if this facility or whatever they have built, calling it a mall, caves in. Nobody will survive tomorrow. I am telling you, you might not like me. Matina catch them so many times. The Chinese, to say when Jimmy they will take advantage of you. That is the Chinese. Dawson. To say Nigeria for. And you won't say you're Africa cry. People think say Nigerians they don't have compassion for people. Nigerians can do harm to their brothers. When the Nigerians come to your country, it is because there are many and they need to survive. And what you think that is dangerous, you don't want to get into, and Nigerian will get into it because they are looking at the risk, a 50-50 risk. They don't care to make sure they get something and lose a family member or a friend. They don't care. They are always trying to survive. And that is how the Chinese are. The Chinese are basically a quarter of the world's population, if I'm not wrong. So these people are not people that when you are dealing with them, you leave anything to go. You just make sure you do what? You cross your T's and dot your I's. And what I saw today, the Chinese just built a death trap. They themselves decided to light it up because they are beginning to see, say, their market is dropping. The level of purchase at Ghana for right now, they are beginning to know, say, the kind of things they sell. Ghanaians are beginning to know, say, they are not things that can last. So they are now seeing, say, maybe the amount of imports they are making losses. Don't underestimate the Chinese. I love them as humans. And we do business with them. They help Ghana. We help them sometimes. But we need to also always put our interests first. The same way the Chinese will put their interests first in any business they do with us. Because the Chinese will not allow a Ghanaian to come to China and do galamsey. If you are even a Ghanaian businessman and you want to build a factory in China, I am very sure they will not allow you to build such a structure in China for Chinese citizens to come in and shop. They will make sure the building you put together or whatever building you have your shop in is building that is strong enough to protect its citizens. What you just saw here is a death trap that got bent. And we need to hold our leaders accountable. I saw the KAMA boss hugging the lady, the Chinese owner. That's fine. But the question you need to be asking yourself is, how did this building, look at the things left behind, share the skeleton of the building. This is a death trap. And they have these things scattered around the nation. They don't care if a mall caves in today and 10,000 people die. They don't fucking care. It is your country, it is your government that is supposed to force them to do the right thing. If you sit there and they take advantage of you, at the end of the day, it's so because I have a problem with white people because they enslaved our forefathers. I can never have a problem with the white man because when the white man came, you also had your land. You had every right to protect your land, not to allow them to lie to you. It is the same. If you allow yourself, the Chinese to come in, if you like bribes, they'll pay you the bribe. If you are not intelligent enough to know that you need to protect your nation, they don't care because their nation is protected. So what you now deporting now, chrome, and that place our clean water to drink, our everything at their disposal. That is what I am talking about. This burning of the China Mall. We need a fire service to conduct investigations. We need a quality assurance to come in. The Ghana Engineers Architect Association, they need to go in there and conduct investigation. Why should such a thing be called a mall? Why should such a structure be allowed? People be allowed to enter it in thousands. Why should we allow this to happen in Ghana? Because yet Kroma and Amokachi say we are not supposed to build with inferior stuff. We are not supposed to do this. The reason why I do it in less than 2 hours is because every single thing in there is plastic. The reason why it's here and the Ghana a jato daimwa within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, fire service didn't do it is because majority of our people are patronizing synthetic things from these China malls. Obako obi dem wardrobe it's made out of some synthetic material. TV stand, synthetic material. Akonyo teso, synthetic material. Ube run a carpet, synthetic material. Every single thing in that room is synthetic. Sani pano, jaw to crack them and the whole building will go down in 10 seconds. First, no na a dying shit. A jet to be to obifie, over corona in Konyan, a bit of who a just be, Emma, you can see, say, the wood is still alive. Like you could see, say, in Riani Biwoho. A jet to be shit dying, Uber run that wardrobes to be half a shit. Say it takes time for buildings to burn. But then it takes less than an hour. Now a whole building is gone down because our system, we have allowed these people to push a lot of things that catches fire easily into the system. In the end, we 10 rooms or Ghana, if you be a 9, a jatoma, answer fire service in doing a diner shegu form. That is a fact. Hardly senka China more we senka sebio menoka say senka a brick and now blocks and you see sad way and everything in it basically it was built with solid material and the thing just bent down like I had to say rubber. Our system is weak. When I was watching it, I felt bad because imagine nani pagum and a jani somu and a bugum within 10 minutes go be a basic. Yes, adewi nanka ni pagum ne buguma 10 minutes go be a basic.
Guys, let's before we continue, just listen. Let me tell you something from before we continue. Now, make I recommend Shazi give you. Shazi is one of the best riding apps or transportation services in Ghana. And Charlie, me as I'm talking to you about Shazi, then I'm giving you some authentic vibe. You get it? So pull up on Shazi, yes, and you will love it. Wherever you are going, just download the app on Google Play Store and App Store, and you will love it. I tell you. And if you are a driver and you also want to pull up, you want to work with Shazi, allez. Yeah, you for just download the app first, and then you call their numbers. If anything you want to know, they will assist you, and Charlie, you get money. You get money. I tell you, commission free. You won't get it anywhere. Shazi, just time to ride. Big ups, and make sure you pull up on Shazi, Charlie. Let's continue.
I wish Mr. P, Mr. S, can you get me when it was actually burning? Time and ash, you know. Maybe some chiramo, maybe video ni chiramo. Eja tomu no. You saw the rate at which it was burning. Mr. P, get me the video of there are other videos out there. Who see be a say again pa na was some more we more to say every 2 seconds be obi the petrol gum. It is because adie bi a womu biano are not things that are supposed to be sold in homes. Let's get serious. Your market and I keep hearing this government recently. I heard the government saying that they are going to build an ultra-modern market at Aflao. They are building some markets around the nation. And the KJTia, life at KJTia, and the majority of Ghana force and KJTia, they don't go there again because they have seen another place where it is cheap and inferior. And as a nation, if we allow that to happen, our markets, say, you say, me protecting the Juma, but we jiminti on tiasie. We jiminti onim nyansa onim de America no majority of nipa na omoko kejetia market and they swat to bear 40%. Why? Because they are going for inferior stuff. They are going for cheap stuff. They are going to the China malls because you allow the Chinese to bring in inferior stuff. The funny thing is, Obibaga say, oh, but such China mall no omo create juma. Let me tell you one thing. When you go to these China malls, Ghana for more China malls holding nyina no. Obie niwa or you're part of management. They are the position park with your supervisor. None of them get close to real company document or anything. Omo never employ any Ghanaian above supervisor job. No, even supervisor no krampono. They give you a limit. We are supervisor. You are supervisor on a Ghana forum and from. And it's so disheartening. So Oko China malls we are the rate at which they use a Ghana form here as a moi. You see them every day. And you see, the Labor Commission knows all these people who work at these China malls are paid below the minimum wage. We know. Because we don't have a lot of work or people are not employed in this nation, the Chinese are taking advantage of us. China malls around the nation, they are paid below minimum wage. And the Chinese are always using us. 99% of the malls in Ghana are China malls in or credit card. Their operations, basically 99% of the operations are transactions and in physical cash. They take hard currency. Because they don't even want to take through a credit card or through any electronic means for the government to even take its share. Because obi the card to adia, a buying TB. Obi the card to adia, a buy no bank card nifrino, bank enyam faso, a buy no enyam faso through Bank of Ghana. Taxes no. The Chinese will tell you say omni machine in yejuma kofasi kabra. And you people know it's happening because at the end of the day, what they do is they pile the money, convert it into dollar and take it to China. And they are not going to go transfer the money at the Bank of Ghana because they'll be questioned. What they do is they smuggle that money out of the nation through our borders. And these are people who are stabbing us in the back. And let me tell you, I am open for business. I am open for nations meet having business with other nations. But what I am not open to is people taking advantage or countries taking advantage of other countries. And that is what the Chinese are doing. Yet, and Lebanese for buy at least Malcolm for that, we saw at least the quality stuff Malcolm they were selling to us. We have lived with Malcolm and some other Lebanese companies for a very long time. We know said the kind of things they were bringing where things are almost free other nations to say maybe India and Pakistan in countries, but at least they were durable. But this China more people, these Chinese now Monshe Sibia Adian and tell me say this more it Adia Shi.
No inside of our surgery. It's a Ghana fire service. More far than the same runner. Whether be a condemned to grab, we now don't make me up for the Bimpo. I say, I'm going to make fashion. I'm going to make fashion. I'm going to make fashion. Then I'm not helpless.
Jawi, I'm one a shimono. Chinese for an anashino. Let's see. Now, a Jawi start here, no fire extinguisher need you more. At least a gin sem cry. See the rate, Shejano. And then, Yanyan Kwarasa, Omo because they know what they are doing. Omesa Komwamo banks wanna acquire billions. Omu Yomesa BC. Give them 4 months. This thing, they'll put it back together. And the funny thing is, this inferno you just saw is people deliberately did it. They know. They set it up. I'm going to say Jimmy, and we will fall for it. This is the time the KMA boss, the Ashanti regional minister, they need to call for investigations. Adebia is a friend of China from Sa National from the beginning of its building. The safety, the fire escapes, the exit, they need to call for investigations. Because this thing you are seeing like that, it's in the middle of the city. Where a pure arson. It's arson. They decided to burn it down. Now, Jimmy, we will sit there and let these people beat us again. We are getting closer to Christmas. What they need to get, they are not getting. You might say that Kevin is being inhumane. Kevin does when the woman was crying. I like her. She's a nice woman, but she can't take advantage of the system because box way, rubber they will see or say more. They are not going to allow any Ghanaian. Ekrobia Anka Mamu, she's under investigations right now. This, the owner of this mall, Anka Ekrobia Anka Anadwin here to Tunano. Ekrobia is serious, bia Anka a regional minister, a KAB boss, and come after police me here to Tunano. Because a day now this see some more way. A day safety measures the komu. In case this idea we see and doors the lock here and a nipa guma and can nipa 2 and go so nashi. Yes. Ebia by mistake. And an electric door electric gate. And a basano, a jamia into me bia within 10 minutes. What are you telling me? This is not a joke. They need to investigate this woman. You need to close down all the China malls in Ghana. I've advocated for that. I was in Ghana a few weeks ago. Namakra, Mefa baby is where China mall. Oko East Lagos is China mall. Me say, Oma bezi sinyoma fumbi okronim na eni eti Ghana na Jimmy, and we are entertaining this foolishness. Ma can't chiramu. Mujari nyina abegu. Omo galamsey no jai. They are not going to get into galamsey again. Omo musa muni abre. Munya mo bechi omegum. They are not going to go to Gala inside again. They are now going to go after mo markets. Monina muda kwesi Nigeria force na ayarega the group be targeting nipa ba ku mienu miensa bi. We understand the Nigerians are also taking advantage of the system. But let's look at who and who. Why na taking advantage of the system? The Chinese. Go to Makola. The Chinese are all over the place. Ghana phobia is selective. Let's go after Nigerians. Let's go attack Nigerians. Abosio Kain, Nigerians have spare parts shop. How many Nigerians have spare parts shop in Abosio Kain? And how many Chinese have big shops in Kantamanto? What kind of nonsense is that? What kind of nonsense is that? Nigeria and anticipate at least they are here with us. We can deal with them. Now, what about these people? We see them. They are doing this. We see it. Let's go after the low-hanging fruit. Nigeria for I don't condone Nigerians coming here and working or doing business illegally. But if you want to stop this, let's look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is the Chinese, the Asians. Let's stop being hypocritical. Let's stop being foolish. Number one, yarigalo di dingophobia demonstration. Nigeria 434. Yes, if they are not doing the right thing, we need to get them off. But we need to look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that Chinese have dominated our market, and our market is dying because Chinese are bringing in inferior goods. The Chinese are not supposed to do what they are doing.
All right, guys. So we have to end it here, and I believe you have comments. So let me know what you think in the comment section here. So that is it, and don't forget to also follow us on all social media platforms at Kings 1G TV. On Twitter, that is X, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where we did it. Follow us. If you don't get the update here, you get it there. But obviously, this place, if you come here all the time, yeah, we will give you more and more. Okay, so just drop your comment and stay tuned for more updates. Bye.